Lifestyle-related diseases are on the rise in the Philippines, becoming one of the leading threats to public health today. These conditions develop over time and are largely influenced by everyday habits. So, prevention requires effort and conscious lifestyle modification.
We have to keep in mind that every choice we make, the food that we eat, how we move, how we rest, and care for our bodies is an investment or an expenditure. It's good to be back to co-host the newest health show in the Billionaire News channel. I'm Dr. Rodnie Valerio from the Bello Medical Group.
And I'm Pier Pastor. Good Sunday morning, wellness investors. We are here to remind you that the greatest investment you can ever make is in yourself. Start your Sunday morning right with us here on Wellness is Wealth.
The kidneys are among the human body's most vital cleansers, working round the clock to keep our internal environment in check. These small but powerful organs remove toxins from the blood, regulate essential minerals, and maintain our body's overall stability.
But like any system that keeps things clean, they need care and protection too. When the kidneys are overworked and neglected, the body's ability to cleanse itself is compromised, opening the door to serious health problems. In this episode, we take a closer look on how caring for our kidneys is key to sustaining overall wellness. But before that, mag-health news muna tayo. We have some good news. A major healthcare partnership was launched in Pasig to improve access to the life-saving organ donation. According to experts, organ donation in the Philippines have always ranked the lowest in the world. The Hospitals Alliance might help educate the public on the importance of organ donation. Sa isang Memorandum of Agreement, nabuo ang Pasig Alliance for Organ Donation and Sharing o PODS ng Rizal Medical Center, Pasig City General Hospital at the Medical City. Ayon kay Dr. De Villa, masyadong mahina ang organ donation sa Pilipinas. Marami ang namamatay na hindi nakatatanggap ng bagong organs. Ito ay maaring dahil umano kulang pa sa edukasyon o kaalaman ng mga Pilipino na maaring i-donate ng isang declared brain dead ang kanyang body organs para makasalba ng ibang buhay.
These are patients who suffer severe irreversible brain injury but okay pa yung rest of the body. They can donate. Kaya lang, wala pa tayong sistemang maayos na kakapture natin lahat ito. So that our organ donation rates are among the lowest in the world, would you believe? We're always last or second last.
Ideally, kung may isang donor umano kada 1,000,000 katao at kung 15 million ang Manila population, dapat may at least 15 donors kada taon. Kaya goal ng PODS na maiangat ang kaalaman tungkol sa organ donation na sisimulan sa mga syudad. Nagkataong mahusay ang programa ng Rizal Medical Center at Hepatopancreatico-Biliary or HPB program simula pa 2016.
They focus on these organs and they train for extra years. We have all the experts who are training the next generation of specialists.
Samantalang ang Pasig City General Hospital naman ay 2 beses nang naparangalan bilang #1 referral hospital in organ donation sa buong bansa. Nag-special training pa sa Spain ang ilan nilang espesyalista para sa naturang programa.
Establish yung program, so may protocols na sinusunod. So under the law, everything is, under the law. Hindi pwedeng, parang lang, meron kang nakita na pasyente, pwede na ito. So we always follow the law for donation and sharing.
Sa collaboration, ika-capacitate ang hospital personnel sa tamang proseso ng pag-identify ng possible organ donors. Layon din itong gayahin ng ibang mga ospital ang pagkakaroon ng organized program for organ donation. Digital platform ginagamit ng Department of Health para mapadali at maging mas convenient na ang pag-a-avail ng medical services. Hindi na kailangan pang pumila ng maaga sa mga DOH hospital para magpa-check up. Pwede nang magpa-schedule sa doktor online sa pamamagitan ng Patient Appointment System o PAS. Makikita sa website ang patientappointment.doh.gov.ph. at pumunta lamang sa itinakdang schedule ng appointment para sa konsultasyon. Ma-access rin ang pinakamababang halaga ng gamot at kung nasaan ang pinakamalapit na butika na maaring pagbilhan sa pamamagitan ng DOH Drug Price Watch website. I-type lang ang dpw.doh.gov.ph. Kapag nasa ospital na o sa mga primary healthcare units, mas mabilis na rin ma-access ang medical records. Nakasaad dito ang history ng pagpapagamot ng pasyente para sa mas mabilis na follow-up. Gamitin lang ang Electronic Medical Record o EMR. Para naman sa mga sanggol, ang Philippine Multi-Sectoral Nutrition Project o PMNP Household Convergence Scorecard isang digital monitoring tool para bantayan ang nutrisyon ng mga Pilipino, lalo na ang mga baby, sa pinakaimportanteng unang 1,000 days ng kanilang buhay. Isa itong mobile app kung saan minomonitor ng mga LGU ang mga pamilya at base sa pangangailangan, ililink sila sa mga nutritional intervention. President Bongbong Marcos announced on Wednesday that starting April 30, the PhilHealth expanded and increased its maternity benefits. In a video message, the president reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring accessible prenatal care, covering checkups, laboratory tests, hospital bills, and essential medicines. Under the expanded program, PhilHealth's coverage for normal delivery will increase from 9,750 to 29,000 pesos, while cesarean section coverage will rise from 37,000 to 58 to 62,000 pesos. Prenatal checkup has been expanded to 8 checkups, including vaccines, lab tests, and follow-up visits.
Simple lamang ang ating layunin. Nais natin matiyak na ang bawat ina ay makakapagpanganak ng ligtas at hindi nag-aalala kung saan kukuha ng pambayad. Nais natin na walang buhay ang malalagay sa panganib dahil lamang sa kakulangan ng pera.
Chronic kidney disease or CKD is a progressive condition characterized by gradual loss of kidney function over time. Globally, CKD is recognized as a major non-communicable disease or NCD, significantly contributing to morbidity and mortality. In the Philippines, it has become one of the leading causes of death. It emerged as a growing public health concern due to increasing prevalence, late diagnosis, and high cost of treatment. 12% of Filipinos are estimated to have CKD. Alarmingly, 1 Filipino develops chronic kidney disease every hour. Despite this severity of the disease, CKD remains largely preventable through early detection and proper management. It is important to strengthen awareness about this disease. That is why we are discussing it today.
Behind this diagnosis is a beauty queen's deeply personal journey. Miss International 2013 Bea Rose Santiago knows firsthand the realities of living with chronic kidney disease. After experiencing renal failure, she successfully underwent a life-saving kidney transplant in 2022, making a turning point in her fight for health, a renewed lease on life.
4 years nang nakararaan matapos na dumaan sa kidney transplant ang 2013 crowned Miss International na si Bea Rose Santiago. Bago ang kanyang kidney transplant, 4 na taon din siyang nag-hemodialysis. Bagaman hindi chronic kidney disease ang kaso ni Bea, nasira ang kanyang kidneys na katulad ng sa may CKD o tinatawag na end-stage renal disease. Umabot sa puntong 15% na lang ng kanyang kidneys ang functioning noong panahong iyon. Na-diagnose si Bea ng tinatawag na IgA, immunoglobulin nephropathy, isang autoimmune disease na tinatarget ang kidneys.
Oh, I was in denial. Complete in denial. Hindi ko sinabi sa pamilya ko kaagad. I was very secretive. Hindi ako naniniwala. Actually, hindi ako naniniwala because I felt strong. Yes, I felt strong. I felt, in control pa rin.
Sa edad na 16, unang nakita na meron siyang kidney problems.
Sabi nila, bakit yung ihi mo pulang-pula? Meron ka ba? For a 16-year-old. Sabi ko, no, tapos na ako, ganun. pinaulit nila mga twice, 3 times kami na urine test. And then na-shock sila kasi yung protein sa loob ng ihi was too much.
Lumipas ang panahon, wala naman umanong nararamdamang anumang discomfort si Bea. Pero noong mag-28 years old na siya, nagkakaroon na ng ilang mga sintomas na gaya ng sobrang masakit na migraine na dala ng high blood pressure na dahil na pala sa failing kidneys. At di nagtagal, dumami na ang masasamang pakiramdam.
Bigla na lang akong bumabagsak yung energy ko. Parang ang bilis kong mapagod. Sobra na talaga. Tapos ang manas ko na. Nagmamanas na, and 30 minutes, parang kailangan ko na magpahinga.
Dahil sa kanyang kondisyon, kinailangan na ni Bea na magpa-dialysis.
My first time akong nag-dialysis, masakit, tanggapin. Wala akong na-feel na physically. It was all mental. Nakita ko yung dugo ko lumalabas. Doon ako natakot. Umiyak ako. Hindi ako makapaniwala na kailangan ko ng machine para lang linisin ako.
Para hindi habang buhay na mag-dialysis, nagpa-kidney transplant na si Bea. Ang bunsong kapatid niya ang naging donor.
It's funny because my first ever na prayer was him to have a baby brother when I was 5 years old. Tapos, come to think, after how many years, siya pala talaga yung missing piece ko. Siya yung magbibigay sa akin ng panibagong life.
Sa ngayon, happy, healthy and living a blessed life na si Bea. Engaged na rin siya at malapit ng ikasal. Nariyan lang ang kanyang autoimmune disease, kaya iniingatan niyang mabuti ang kanyang kalusugan, lalo na ang kanyang mental health. Naniniwala si Bea na ang mga karamdaman ay natitrigger ng stress at unhealthy working or living environment.
Mas iba na how I approach life and its struggles and the color of life now than before. Before talagang, oh my God, bakit ganito? Ngayon, it's like, oh, meron pa pala. I have to be living in a very peaceful environment.
She's very pretty, no? Pero grabe, 16 years old. And then, nagka-problem siya. 28 thereafter, nagkaroon pa rin ng symptoms. And in relation to Bea's case, we are honored to have as our guest today, Dr. Maureen Balmes-Garcia, who has graciously carved out time for us to share her expertise to our wellness investors today. Dr. Maureen is a nephrologist from the Makati Medical Center. She is also a fellow of the Philippine Society of Nephrology and an accomplished researcher with published works in the Philippine Journal of Nephrology. Good morning, Doc Maureen.
Good morning, Dr. Rodney. Good morning, Ms. Pier. And good morning to everyone who's watching us.
All right, now, unahin ko na, Doc, no? What happens to our kidneys when we have CKD? So, sa case ni Bea, although her case was IgA nephropathy, pero nasira talaga yung kidneys niya. Ano ba talaga nangyayari doon?
Okay. Yung case ni Ms. Bea, which is IgA nephropathy, is a type of glomerulonephritis kung saan namamaga yung filter ng kidney at lumalabas yung blood and protein in the urine. So, progressive na nasisira yung kidney niya, kaya nag-lead to end-stage renal disease.
So yung symptom, Doc, na sinasabi niya, nakita niya nagbubula yung ihe, it's already an early sign pala?
Yes, she mentioned na nagkaroon siya ng episode na may dugo yung ihe.
May dugo, may
Or,
bula.
yeah, usually
Bata.
nagkakaroon ng tea-colored urine. Parang kulay tsaka.
Tea-colored.
Aside from that, pwede ding magmanas, no? And tumaas yung blood pressure ng pasyenteng may glomerulonephritis and nabula yung ihe.
So, she had chronic kidney disease kasi ang tagal nag-start ng 16 siya tapos sira na pala talaga siya hanggang nung 28 years old
Yes.
siya.
Pero let's clarify, Doc, no, for our wellness investors' sake, the term chronic kidney disease, what is it? How is it different from other kidney diseases?
Okay. So there are 3 types of renal failure. We have acute kidney injury, we have chronic kidney disease, and we have end-stage renal disease. When you say acute kidney injury, yung kidney ng patient is normal, no, nagkaroon lang ng sudden malfunction ng kidneys. Okay? Usually, it is caused by infection or dehydration. When you say chronic kidney disease, it is a progressive, irreversible kidney damage. Okay? When you say end-stage renal disease, ibig sabihin, ito yung CKD stage 5 kung saan people cannot live without the help of dialysis or kidney transplantation.
Okay, so Doc, you mentioned no, chronic kidney disease and then end-stage renal disease. What are the causes? Of course, what's the cause? What's
Bakit?
behind it?
Okay. According to Philippine Renal Disease Registry, the top 3 most common cause of CKD is 1, hypertension, followed by diabetes, third is glomerulonephritis.
Okay, take note, pag may hypertension and diabetes, yun ang mga top na causes ng CKD. Sige, Doc.
Yes. Aside from that, having kidney stones and elderly or yung age can develop to chronic kidney disease as well.
Doc, ang daming may kidney stones. Ha? So, ibig sabihin talagang pag may kidney stone ka, automatic ba magkaka-CKD ka na or end-stage renal ka na?
No, pag may kidney stones ka, that is a risk factor for you to develop chronic kidney disease.
A risk factor siya.
Yes, risk
Okay.
factor
So we need
siya.
to address the kidney, the stones, para hindi
yeah.
magtuloy. Tama, Doc.
Yes, correct.
Alright. Now, I understand po na yung CKD, wala siyang symptoms, Doc. Wala siyang walang man lang nararamdaman na kahit anong discomfort or ano ba talaga, may mga signs ba to, Doc, na pwede naming mabantayan?
During early stages of CKD, meaning stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, usually wala pa talagang mararamdaman na symptoms or signs yung pasyente. Pero pag end-stage renal na siya, or stage 4, or CKD stage 5, doon nalalabas yung mga symptoms. And yung mga most common symptoms ay yung madaling mapagod, kagaya na mention ni Ms. Kea, fatigue, kumukonti ang pag-ihi, nagmamanas ang pasyente, pwedeng magkaroon ng dry skin or pangangati, no? Walang gana sa pagkain at hindi sa pagtulog sa gabi.
Okay, Doc, unahin lang natin yung fatigue. Bakit po nangyayari yun?
Okay, pag meron ka kasing chronic kidney disease, pwede ka magkaroon ng tinatawag na anemia. You have to remember, kidney ang gumagawa ng pulang dugo, ng erythropoietin. So pag sira na siya, hindi na siya makagawa ng erythropoietin, kaya nag-anemia yung pasyente, nagli-lead sa easy fatigability.
Madaling mapagod. Yun nga yung
Yes.
30 minutes ka lang na kumikilos, pagod agad, sabi ni Bea.
Yes.
Doc, pagka ganun yung nararamdaman ng isang pasyente, pag nagpatingin siya, may connection talaga sa CKD.
Yes, usually, pag gano'n, nag-CBC ka, then you look for, kung nakita ka ng anemia, you look for causes, no? Lalo na kung wala namang bleeding ang isang pasyente. So, part ng workup doon is tingnan kung meron siyang CKD.
Okay. Doc, puntahan din natin yung pagmamanas. Manas yung tawag na, di ba?
Yes.
Why does it happen?
Okay, pag meron ka kasing chronic kidney disease, pwedeng kumonti ang pag-ihi mo o nagkakaroon ng fluid overload, kaya nagmamanas ka. Pwede rin sa case ni Ms. Bea, nagkatapon ng protein sa ihi, no, pwede rin mag-cause ng pagmamanas yun.
I see. Now, meron ako nakausap na may CKD, Doc. Nangangati daw siya na wala naman siyang kagat ng anumang insekto, pero sobrang itchy daw ng skin. Especially on under the breast, ganun daw yung itch. Bakit po nag-i-itch, Doc?
Yung mga reason for pruritus, no, or pangangati, usually nakikita yan sa mga end-stage renal disease kung saan mataas yung phosphorus. No, yung phosphorus kasi nakukuha yun sa kinakain. Anything processed food, pwedeng cause ng pagtaas ng phosphorus. You have to remember, kidney ang nagpi-filter. So pag sira na yung filtering capacity ng kidney, pwede ka na magkaroon ng retention ng mga electrolytes, kagaya ng phosphorus. Kaya nangangati yung isang may CKD na tao.
Doc, I want to highlight, no, kasi most of our viewers or most of the patients have hypertension. They also have diabetes and they're on maintenance. So how does it na hypertension and diabetes would lead to a kidney disease?
Okay. For hypertension kasi, yung hypertension, pag mataas kasi yung blood pressure ng isang tao, hindi naman yun for short period of time. Usually, cumulative effect yun. Kunyari, long-standing hypertension, laging mataas ang blood pressure, nagko-konti din yung supply ng dugo papunta sa kidneys. Kasi usually, ang gusto ng dugo pumunta sa brain pag mataas lagi yung blood pressure. Secure yung mga hyperperfused organ. So, kumukonti yung blood supply na punta sa kidney. Pag diabetic naman, usually, nagkakaroon talaga ng damage sa kidney, nagkakaroon ng protein sa ihi.
You mentioned, Doc, it's progressive and irreversible. So, nakakatakot po yung term, syempre, sa ating wellness investors. So, pag nagka-CKD ako, forever na to.
Yes. Once you are diagnosed to have CKD, that's permanent damage to your kidney. Kasi ang reversible, yun yung acute kidney injury. Siya lang yung
Yung pwede
pwedeng
pang
bumalik sa normal
may remedyo.
na kidney damage. Yes.
Pero pag end stage, wala na talaga.
Wala na talaga.
Alright. Dok, meron lang ako, curious lang ako dun sa masakit yung ganito. Ayun na yun, late stage na ba yun?
Yung masakit ang balakang,
Masakit
you mean?
ang balakang.
Well, hindi lahat na may CKD would present that, no? Marami kasing causes ng pagsakit ng balakang. Pwedeng musculoskeletal, pwedeng kidney stones.
Okay. Oh, so, pwede
Ibang
yun ang
cause.
maging alarming na magpatingin na. Ganun.
Yes,
Pwede ba?
yes. Mas maganda.
Alright.
Actually, one of the problems I think appear is also yung UTI, tama ba? What's about?
Yes, Doc. Oo. Yung sabi kasi ng mga ibang doctors kapag nilalapitan mo, UTI agad. So sabi nila kapag laging nagkaka-UTI, Doc, pwedeng masira ang kidneys, pwedeng magka-CKD, tama po ba?
Yes, correct. Having repeated kidney infection or urinary tract infection can lead to chronic kidney disease, lalo na kung umabot sa kidney o yung pyelonephritis. Pero it is very important then to remember na hindi, pag mayroon nakita sa urinalysis na blood sa ihi, will not always signify infection. Kadalasan, napagkakamal ang UTI, ang glomerulonephritis.
I see.
Yes.
So hindi pa babayaan ng UTI lang ng UTI.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to check din, ano ba yung risk factor ba't siya mag-UTI? Or kung UTI ba talaga? Kasi minsan, laboratory test lang, may blood, pero yung symptoms ng UTI wala naman. So, pero ginagawa ng iba, usually treat as UTI, antibiotics, nami-miss nila yung time i-work up for glomerulonephritis.
Kailangan talaga yung thorough check-up, Doc.
Yes, correct.
Doc, gusto ko lang din iulitin yung tungkol sa kidney stones, yung tinanong mo kanina. So, pag nagka-kidney stones, Doc, kailan yung masisira siya para
Usually-
maging CKD?
Usually nangyayari yan pag malaki yung bato at nakabara. Pag nakabara yung bato, doon pwede magkaroon tinatawag na hydronephrosis or pamamaga ng kidney. Doon siya nagkakaroon ng sira.
The reason is because kidney nga siya, it's a filtering organ. So pag may bumara, hindi siya makafunction na maayos.
Yeah, parang naipon doon.
Naipon.
Yes.
How fast is that, Doc?
Well, usually dapat kasi pag barado ang kidney or mayroong tinatawag na hydronephrosis, within 24 to 48 hours, ma-reverse mo yun eh. Otherwise, it can cause structural damage to the kidneys.
Permanent
Yes, permanent.
and non-reversible.
Yes.
Grabe.
Kahit matanggal na yung stones, Doc?
Yes.
I see.
Nakakatakot, no?
Oo, alright.
Oh, usually wala pa namang symptoms ang kidney
first,
stones.
oo.
Yeah.
Kagaya kay Bea,
barado.
di ba? 16 years old, wala siyang symptoms. Nag-progress, 28
Kasi
years old
malakas
na.
siya, active person si Bea. So,
Correct.
Oo. So, yung kanyang, yung binaliwala niya, hindi niya sinasabi sa parents niya. Tapos, yun na, late na nung malaman na malaki
Tsaka
na yung
bata
problema.
din kasi siya eh. So wala siyang alam na hypertension or diabetes.
Nabanggit niya rin na sumasakit ang ulo niya, nagkaroon siya ng migraines, and later on na-discover na it's because her blood pressure was rising already dahil sira na yung kanyang kidney.
Correct.
So, she could also go to stroke.
Yes, glomerulonephritis kasi ang isa sa symptoms niya is hypertension eh. No? Lalo na kunyari, may mga bata na hindi naman sila mataba, no? Pero yung blood pressure nila mataas na. 16, 10 years old, you would always look for cause, usually secondary hypertension yung mga yan. Then it's better to check for your kidneys.
Alright. So, Doc, we already mentioned the causes, no? So, ano yung mga signs, Doc, that we should look?
Okay, yun yung mabilis mapagod, no? Nagmamanas, nangangatinga.
No, yun, okay. Alright. So, Doc, kapag po ba nagpa-doktor, what are the, ano yung ginagawa doon?
Para
lang-
ma-diagnose?
Para ma-diagnose.
Okay, so yung pinaka-simple at readily available is you do a creatinine, you do a urinalysis. Maganda rin mag-check ng urine albumin creatinine ratio para ma-measure mo talaga kung may protein sa ihi or albumin. You can do imaging like ultrasound, CT scan, MRI. And yung pinaka-importante, which is the confirmatory talaga, is a renal biopsy.
Renal biopsy. Okay.
Alright, renal biopsy.
Sounds invasive. Invasive yun, Doc, no?
Not so invasive, pero you need kasi to puncture the kidneys to get the specimen.
All right. We will continue our discussion after the break. Dr. Maureen will stay with us. Keep it here on Billionaire News Channel. Wellness is wealth. There is a surge in the number of young adults who are facing serious health conditions once associated with older people. Chronic kidney disease, in particular, is becoming increasingly common in younger populations. Today, more than half of kidney patients fall within the 20 to 59 age group, according to the National Kidney Transplant Institute. This shift is largely attributed to poor lifestyle habits, from being sedentary to unhealthy diets and unmanaged stress.
For our wellness motion today, let's look at how intentional routines, consistent activity, and smart lifestyle choices can help prevent disease and support overall well-being. Veteran sportsman Mark Zambrano offers a compelling example of how discipline and daily movement can help you manage stress and avoid some illnesses.
The irony of it all, covering the biggest sports games and chasing the country's top athletes, was that as a seasoned sports journalist, Mark Zambrano didn't have time for any physical activity.
Being a reporter per se, not specifically a sports reporter, it's difficult because you don't really have a set time to work with. There's no fixed time. That's the biggest challenge, really. It's your time.
This sports journalist is an athlete himself. So despite the early call times and constant travel, he found ways to keep moving. For Mark, exercise doesn't require a gym, a sports equipment, and a perfect schedule. He recalls how he managed to squeeze in exercises while covering one of the greatest professional boxers of all time, Manny Pacquiao.
Whenever Manny would exercise, I would try to run a few laps with him. Of course, you can't run 8 miles with Manny Pacquiao. It's impossible. He does it every day. I try to squeeze in.
If you're too busy for exercise, structure your day with intention, Mark says. Develop a system and map out your schedule, even the small windows of time, and make sure you stick to it.
If you tell yourself, I don't want to do this today, but you try to do it, instantly you feel like, it's good I made that decision because now I feel energized. It's really just a matter of making sure that you make the time for it. Because if you don't, a sedentary lifestyle is the worst lifestyle to have nowadays.
Squeeze in simple exercises such as walking and push-ups throughout the day, in between tasks, during breaks, or whatever time allows. Equally important is recovery. When full sleep wasn't possible, take brief moments to rest.
But what I did was I made sure I had good sleep. Whenever I can squeeze in a few minutes of power naps during the day, I would. I made sure I eat properly. I made sure I hydrated properly. And thankfully, I never got sick. I think I was able to take care of myself in spite of the situation, in spite of the stress.
Post-broadcast, aside from basketball, and embraces the fast-growing sports of pickleball, blending agility, speed, and strategy. But more than personal fitness, Mark's passion extends beyond court. He is also an advocate for young athletes and sports enthusiasts, supporting their training and development so they can elevate their skills and compete on the international stage.
First of all, it's passion. I myself am an athlete. The inspiration really is to provide an international world-class facility for people outside of Metro Manila to train and play.
Mark underscores the need to limit digital use as part of self-care, warning that excessive screen time can contribute to an inactive lifestyle.
Self-care is a decision. You have to make a decision to take care of yourself. And there's no right time to do it. You just have to do it.
Start your day well, move your body, fuel it right, and take a page from Mark Zambrano's playbook. Consistency is the foundation of a stronger and healthier life.
Ayun, Doc. So, si Mark ay nag-exercise, sinisingit ang exercises sa busy days niya. Kayo ba? Paano mo na isisingit sa mga clinic hours mo yung exercising?
Well, ako talaga dapat pag day off. Siguro, sa clinic mahirap. I'll just going up the stairs, pero sa day off ko siya ginagawa.
Pero importante, kailangan talaga magsingit ng exercise.
Dapat, no? Pickleball.
Oh, pickleball. Okay, yun nga. Nakapag-squeeze in na tayo ng routine. Tapos ako naman, Doc, I love dancing. So,
Dancing,
sinisingit
nice.
yung kahit sa bahay lang. Yung just my favorite music and then I'll dance to it. Yun.
Anyway, Dr. Maureen Balmes-Garcia is still with us.
Okay.
So Doc, balik tayo dun sa mga discuss mo kanina. You said about acute kidney injury. And then our topic for today again, chronic kidney disease. And then last part siya ng chronic kidney disease is end-stage renal diseases. So ang question is parang, who are prone to having these diseases ba talaga? The aged, the younger population?
Well, of course, those patients with comorbidities, like what I've mentioned, diabetes, hypertension, no? glomerulonephritis. But it's also important to remember yung age can lead to CKD. Meron tayong tinatawag kasi na age-related glomerulosclerosis. Kung saan, pag tumatanda ang isang tao, 30 years old pataas, every year pwedeng bumaba ang kidney function nila ng 1 ml per minute. Kaya aging is a risk factor for CKD.
Alright. Now, sabi naman, Doc, 12% of Filipinos have CKD. So, bakit po ganun kadami, Doc? Mataas ang 12%.
Yeah. Kasi marami ding Filipinos develop diabetes, no, and hypertension. Basically, I think from the diet, aside from the family history.
Alright. And then, younger and younger are getting CKD, Doc.
Yes, correct.
Ano po ang...
I think yung pinaka-reason is wedding genetics, no? Yung sa genetics, yung mga autoimmune diseases, no? Polycystic kidney disease, lalo na yan, mga autosomal dominant. Sabihin, may mga lahi sila, parents, meron silang 50% chance of developing yung autosomal dominant polycystic kidney disease. And of course, pag yung diet nila hindi rin maganda, they will develop hypertension, diabetes, eventually mag-lead to CKD.
Kahit bata kasi, Doc, di ba, the diet, mahilig sa chips, di ba? Mga maaalat, even soft drinks, nabibili sa tindahan, you know? I think these are cumulative, no? Nakakasira din sila over time.
And they don't exercise na kasi
And they don't
just,
exercise.
do with their gadgets.
Correct. So, yun yung nag-lead.
Pero ako, Doc, interesado ako doon sa maalat eh. Okay. Kasi I love danggit. I love chips. How much is too much, Doc, of that, of those things, no? Parang pag meron ng problema, hindi na talaga pwede? Or can I still have some?
Well, yung recommended kasi is less than 2 grams per day. Yung salt intake mo talaga dapat, no? So, pwede pa rin naman, pero hindi pwedeng more than that. Kasi pag maalat yung kinakain mo, 1, pwedeng tumaas ang blood pressure mo. Number 2, salt retains water. Pwede kang magmanas.
Alright.
No? Kaya mapansin mo, pag kunyari, kumain ka na maalat, pag gising mo sa umaga, parang medyo puffy yung face mo.
And then yun nga, Doc, di ba, pag maalat, it goes to the stones. It becomes stones, tama po ba?
Yes. Una, they form as crystals, then develop into stones.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ito lang
yung stone, hindi siya na-develop overnight,
overnight.
Hindi siya overnight. Kailangan
Cumulative
maraming
siya.
natin.
Actually, Pierre, dun sa mga kababayan natin, syempre mahilig sila sa sausawan eh. Alam mo yun,
Ako?
patis. Yan, toyo, tapos lahat ng maalat. Tapos, ang hirap kasing i-quantify, Doc, what is 2 grams, di ba? For a lay person,
Yes.
parang,
I would sausaw talaga.
di ba? At
dyan.
saka yung chips, sa isang chip may 3 servings. So, they're not aware na sobra na pa rin consume nila. So, parang ang message is, they have to really read on the facts of the sodium content, no?
Yes,
And
that's
I think
very
be conscious,
important.
napadami na ata ako. Laging ganon. Parang, siguro, Doc, okay lang naman konti. Basta wag naman ubusin yung buong pack.
Pero how do they
Yes.
compensate? For example, nasobrahan ako sa chips. Feeling ko nasobrahan ako sa alat. Pwede bang uminom na lang ako ng maraming tubig tapos ipa-flush out ko siya?
Ayan, yan.
Well, one factor kung ba't nagkakaroon ng kidney stones is poor oral fluid intake. Konti uminom ng tubig.
Okay.
So, very important talaga para hindi ka magkaroon ng kidney stones. You have to increase the fluid intake para bago pa siya ma-form into crystal, ma-flash out mo na siya. Hindi na siya mag-perform.
Okay.
Yes.
May paraan naman pala.
Pero, kahit na, konti pa rin ang kainin dapat. Ako, di ba?
Portions,
dahil pwede
portions.
naman palang uminom ng tubig. eh.
Oo,
Yeah,
hindi.
Hindi naman po. Portions talaga.
Alright. Now, how do we diagnose CKD, Doc? So, if we go to the hospital or the clinic, ano yung gagawin? Na hindi matatakot yung tao na parang masakit ba yan? May mga needles and all that.
Okay. You can diagnose CKD kasi. When you say CKD kasi, meron siyang history of creatinine elevation for more than 3 months. That's very important, no? Yung period, 3 months na more than, that's considered as chronic. So, dapat meron siyang creatinine na mataas for more than 3 months. Sa urinalysis, may mga protein sa ihe or sediments. On ultrasound, pwedeng maliit yung kidney or pwede naman normal size yung kidney pero manipis yung cortex and maputi na yung kulay ng kidneys. So usually, yun yung mga criteria to diagnose chronic kidney disease.
So may criteria pala muna bago ka maklasify as CKD patient.
Yes.
Again, 3 months means chronic, no? Kaya doon pumapasok yung, kanina, acute, and then chronic. Now, I understand that chronic kidney disease has stages.
Yes.
So, ano po yung mga stages na to? Ano ba to? Parang cancer, may stage 1, stage 2. And then, can you run through each stage kung ano yung qualifications nila?
Okay. Ang normal kidney function kasi is nasa 90 to 120 or in other books would say 100 to 120. That's a normal. So yung CKD, no, nakabase yun sa eGFR or what we call the estimated glomerular filtration rate. So when you say CKD stage 1, more than 90 po yung kidney function nila. Stage 2, less than 90 pero more than 60 ml per minute. Stage 3, meron siyang dalawa, A and B. Pag sinabi yung stage 3A, less than 60 but more than 45. Stage 3B, less than 45, more than 30. Stage 4, less than 30 but more than 15. Pag end-stage renal, sila yung less than 15 ml per minute na kidney function.
That's a lot of numbers to remember, di ba? Nakakatakot. Pero, I mean, I think the most valuable lesson here is to consult with a doctor talaga kasi may mga test na ginagawa eh. Blood test. And again, I think the most available one kapag ka talagang, you just want to check your kidney function, urinalysis. Tama, Doc?
Yes, and creatinine.
And creatinine. So, pag nagpa-request siguro sa animal physical, dagdag nyo na yung creatinine.
Yes, maganda. Para may idea ka kung kailan normal, kailan nag-start tumaas.
May
And have the
baseline.
doctor explain it
Yeah.
too, di ba? Kasi Doc, yun yung iba, nahiyang magtanong sa doktor. Ano ibig sabihin yung Doc na ganyan, ganyan? So,
Yes, Pierre.
dapat the patient is empowered to ask the doctor, Doc, anong ibig sabihin nito? May pag-asa pa ba ako? Wala na, parang
Tsaka the
ganyan.
doctor should encourage, di ba, to ask questions. Kasi we're here to educate also our patients and to prevent progression, as you said. So, pagka earlier signs pa, earlier stages rather, you mentioned yung mild to moderate, that's mga numbers na minention mo, CKD1, CKD2, ano yung mga possible treatments?
Okay.
If caught early. Yun.
Okay. Ito gusto ko lang din emphasize, no? Hindi ko na-mention kanina. Kasi most of the time, yung pag nagpapalab test, nakita nila yung creatinine within the normal reference range, they would always think na, normal ang creatinine ko, normal ang kidneys ko. They forgot na ang creatinine is being interpreted as eGFR, or in layman's ang tawag doon, kidney function. Okay, so going back to your question, so treatments for early stages ng CKD, usually, pag stage 1 sa stage 2, you just have to treat the offending cause. Kung
Offending
hypertension
cause,
or diabetes, you have to keep your blood pressure normal, control diabetes.
Blood sugar, oo. So, ibig sabihin kasi ito yung mga stages na wala pa talaga tayong symptoms eh.
Okay.
So, hindi ramdam.
So, Doc, pag na-address si diabetes and hypertension, pwedeng ma-reverse pa si stage 1?
Well, hindi siya ma-reverse kasi nga, as I've mentioned, it is a progressive and irreversible. Pero, you can delay the progression.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
The
So,
key term
tandaan.
is delay.
The key word is delay. So, pag na-address siya or na-caught early, yung stages na yon, meron ng i-address na yung mga causes like diabetes and hypertension and madi-delay ang progression. Pero hindi na talaga siya babalik sa dati.
Yes. No?
So,
Pero
kumbaga,
para hindi
nasa
sila...
akin na yung title na CKD1 ako, but I can live a normal life.
Yes, not all patients with CKD would lead to end-stage renal. Ha?
Okay, yan importante.
Yun,
Importante
gusto
yun.
ko.
Oo. So kasi nga hindi na magpro-progress dahil inalagaan mo ang sarili mo, pinigil mo yung diabetes and hypertension, inalagaan
So it's not a
yung
hopeless
kinakain.
case,
Yeah,
diba? It's not a hopeless case.
Yes, correct.
Alright. We will definitely continue our discussion. We just have to take a break. Back in a moment. Wellness is wealth. You're still on Wellness is Wealth. Whether you're constantly on the go or largely sedentary, almost everyone faces this one challenge: finding the time and energy to prepare and cook a healthy meal every single day. So karamihan, instead na magluto, they turn to easily accessible, ultra-processed food and combine them with sugary drinks. So for our wellness table this morning, Mark Zambrano returns to remind us that daily nourishment can be as easy as 1, 2, 3.
A good fitness routine is useless if you don't eat properly. Eating properly is useless if you don't exercise. It goes hand in hand. Fast food is terrible. Oh my goodness, you can't get me started on fast food. There's so many preservatives, so many additives. It stays in your body. And your body doesn't know how to process it fast. It stays there and causes a lot of harm. Don't get me wrong, once in a while I indulge in fast food. I like burgers, I like fries, I like pizza. But I don't do it every day. I'm a protein guy. So I like steak, I like fish, I like fresh fish like sashimi, I like Japanese food.
On Mark's regular menu, the all-time favorite, burrito. The humble burrito can be a sufficient meal replacement for people on the go. Its nutrition content highly depends on the ingredients. It can be low in calorie, but nutrient-dense. For Mark, the flatbread of choice is the tortilla. For the filling, the first order of business, the tomato base or salsa.
Then after the tomato base, we'll put the jalapenos for that extra spice kick. The main part of the Melmac burrito wrap is, of course, our chicken tenders, the piece de resistance. Now we put the sour cream. To top it all off, a generous serving of mozzarella cheese on top. And we'll try to roll this. Prevention is better than cure. You know what they say? If you stay healthy now, if you eat healthy now, if you exercise well now, it could prevent bigger physical problems, bigger health issues in the future. So try to prevent that before things get worse.
After wrapping the burrito, roast or grill it for 2 minutes. Then voila! And that's a wrap.
So, paano ka nag-isisingit ng healthier meals, Doc?
Nako, I'm so guilty sometimes I really eat mga processed food because convenient. Anyway, managing chronic kidney disease often demands dietary discipline. A thorough daily approach to eating is advised to help slow progression, ease symptoms, and support a better quality of life. CKD patients are urged to undergo dietetic counseling, encouragement, and monitoring. However, according to the National Kidney Foundation, a US-based nonprofit organization, most patients with CKD in the late stages of the disease receive little or no dietary counseling.
Patients diagnosed with chronic kidney disease may need to control their intake of one or more of the following nutrients: sodium, potassium, phosphorus, calcium, and protein. A dietitian or healthcare professional can recommend the types of food and the right amount that the patient can consume. This nutrition plan may help control the buildup of waste and fluid in the blood to preserve renal function. To avoid hidden sodium and phosphate additives, it is advisable for kidney patients to consume whole foods. Vegetables that are low in potassium and phosphorus include cauliflower, cabbage, cucumber, and lettuce. Protein sources may be from fish like salmon and tuna, which are rich in heart-healthy fats. For grains, white rice, bread, and pasta are generally preferred over whole wheat bread and brown rice due to their lower phosphorus and potassium content. Examples of food that should be avoided are processed deli meat, dairy products, tomatoes, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and bananas. In 2025, the National Kidney Foundation released a handout published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition entitled A Guide to Filipino Foods While on Dialysis. The goal is to provide nutrition education for Filipino patients undergoing hemodialysis.
It includes easy-to-follow list of recommended foods and foods to avoid, practical tips to feel better, and a structured 3-day meal plan to support proper nutrition.
Okay. So, ito na nga, Doc. So, we've mentioned the CKD symptoms kanina and then the earlier treatments address kung ano yung culprit, hypertension, diabetes. What if nandun na tayo sa CKD stage 4 or 5 or as we know as end-stage renal disease? What would be our management?
Okay, pag end-stage renal disease, like I've mentioned no kanina, people cannot live without the need of dialysis or kidney transplantation. So there are 3 forms of renal replacement therapy. 1, hemodialysis, 2 is peritoneal dialysis, and lastly, the kidney transplantation.
Okay.
Alright.
Can you briefly differentiate hemodialysis versus
And peritoneal.
peritoneal dialysis?
Okay, when you say hemodialysis, so you will be needing an access, no, and machine. So usually, kung emergency, we do the IJ catheter. Pag meron na silang prepared na naka-fistula, and lalabas kasi yung dugo sa extracorporeal circuit na daan sa machine para linisin. When you say peritoneal dialysis, basically yung abdominal yung gagamitin mo na panglinis. Magkapasok ka ng fluid, no? Then yun ang i-drain mo para maglinis ng toxin and maghatak ng extra fluid.
Doc, yung peritoneal dialysis, saan siya ginagawa? Sa bahay, sa clinic?
Well, sa bahay, kasi para yung 24 hours ka nagda-dialysis eh. Usually 4 exchanges yun. No? So, maglalagay ka ng tubig, 4 na oras, idodwell, ididrain, lagay, 4 na oras. So, 24 hours kang nagda-dialysis sa bahay.
Ituturo naman ang tamang paraan.
Yes, yes. Bago naman i-discharge, naturuan na yung mga patients and relatives kung paano gawin yun.
Pero is it better than hemodialysis or I think better ang hemodialysis?
No, actually, may mga criteria talaga na patient kung sino yung magandang i-peritoneal dialysis. Let's say, for example, yung isang tao may heart failure or cardiac problem na mahihirapan pa nag-hemodialysis kasi hahatakin mo yung fluid in the span of 4 hours. So, better i-offer mo ang peritoneal dialysis. Also, yung mga bata or nag-work, no? Or living in far areas kung saan hindi accessible ang hemodialysis, mas magandang i-offer ang peritoneal dialysis sa kanila.
So pag ganun, Doc, na once ako ay nasa end-stage renal disease, forever na ako magda-dialysis?
Yes, not unless mag-kidney transplant ka.
Yan. Speaking of kidney transplant,
Yeah, for kidney transplant, what procedures po do we have to go through kapag kailangan na pong gawin yon?
Okay, pag kidney transplantation, meron kasing 2 klase ng donor. We have a cadaveric donor and we have a living donor.
Okay.
Yes, so kunyari gusto mo, wala kang donor, pwede ka naman magpa-line up for cadaveric donor, no? You work up ka na para kung sakaling merong kidney na available from cadaver at match kayo, pwedeng mabigay sa iyo.
so kailangan mag-match muna syempre na para yung donor ay may rejection, walang rejection doon sa recipient.
Yes, importante na match kayo kasi kagaya nung na-mention kanina, hindi naman pwedeng pag merong cadaver dyan, ibigay agad sa'yo. Kasi kailangan mo na ma-screen and ma-match para yung success rate mataas din.
Then I wanted to talk about also yung parang, what if ako yung donor, no? And then isa na lang kidney ko. Will I be able to live normally?
Yes, kung ikaw yung donor, kahit isa lang ang kidney mo, pwede kang mamuhay ng normally. No? So, hindi naman kailangan matakot kang mag-donate. Pwede kang mag-donate as long as you are healthy, no? Wala kang ibang sakit, pwede kang mag-donate ng kidneys.
For a summary lang, Doc, no? So, pag CKD ka na, stage 4, stage 5, end-stage renal disease, we have peritoneal dialysis, we have hemodialysis, depende yan kung ano ang recommend ni doctor and kung malayo ka sa clinic. And ultimately, the gold standard treatment pa rin will be a kidney transplant. But you just have to go through a battery of tests before they approve you to become a recipient or a donor.
Yes, actually, hindi naman lahat na may end-stage renal disease nagda-dialysis. May mga patient na bago pa sila maging stage 5, ino-offer na yung preemptive KP. No, yeah.
Wow.
Usually, pwede na mag-start ng work-up doon. Pag stage 4 ka, pwede ka na rin mag-undergo ng kidney transplantation pag ang kidney function mo less than 20. Hindi kailangan na i-dialysis ka muna bago ka i-transplant.
I see. And now we have good news. There are additional or expanded benefits for CKD patients from the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation or ang PhilHealth natin, increasing the hemodialysis coverage of 156 sessions per year at 6,350 pesos per session. And then may Z benefits of up to 1.2 million pesos and for transplants of up to 2.1 million pesos. Dati napakababa niyan, Doc. So ngayon mataas na. I was there, I covered this at NKTI. The President announced these additional benefits. Alright. Pero para hindi na mangyari ito, okay?
Yeah, so, para hindi na mangyari ito, why don't we try our best to prevent the disease?
Yes.
Doc, what are the best prevention advice?
Okay, ang ma-advise ko una, live a normal healthy diet, to balanced diet, number 1. Of course, you have to avoid salt and sweet, no? Smoking. At the same time, intake of nephrotoxic agents, kagaya ng mga herbal, supplements, painkillers, no? So, tsaka you have to maintain your blood pressure normal level.
Nephrotoxic.
Nephrotoxic.
Materials.
Agents,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Maureen Balmes-Garcia, for being with us today and helping us understand chronic kidney disease. We hope to see you again in the future next discussion on nephrology. See you.
Again, Dr. Maureen, thank you again. Would you want to say something and thank our audience tonight? Today?
To everyone watching, thank you. Can I greet my family?
Yes, ako sa iyo.
To my family in Occidental Mindoro, hi to my parents. And I would also like to take this opportunity to greet our dialysis unit in Mindoro, the Biberon Mambura, who is celebrating 10th anniversary. Hello. Sorry, wala ako dyan.
All right. Okay. Our discussion this morning puts a spotlight on the 6th killer disease in the country wherein the symptoms only appears in later stages. Once the kidney is ruined, the other organs may follow. Kidney disease is highly preventable, so why don't we just follow this path? We prevent it.
Chronic kidney disease is silent, but its impact can be severe if neglected. Yes, we need to care about our loved ones, but do remember that we need to care for ourselves too. Eat well, get moving, and get some good sleep. Thank you for joining us this morning, Wellness Investors.
Get tested, know your numbers, and take charge of your health today because in the long run, remember that the price of prevention is always lower than the cost of cure. It's Mother's Day next week. Hope to see you all again next week. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your Sunday here on Billionaire News Channel, where we value your total well-being. Live well, live wealthy. Wellness is wealth.